What up, loved ones? What it do? Spotty Young right here. You know where I'm from. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're new to this channel right here, just hit the subscribe button real quick. Give it a like if you think it's cool, if you think it's real. Hell yeah, man. We got the homie OG Shorty from Hellside, 13 in LA. Yeah, man. Introduce yourself, buddy.
What's up, homies? Yeah, this is Shorty from Hellside. We're from Baldwin Park, SGV, homie.
For sure. Yeah, man. So let's go back to in the beginning. Like, where were you born, buddy?
Yeah, I was born here in Cebu, dog. Yeah, that
All
up
right.
until like 5 years old. Then we left to the States. Ended up in LA. We actually traveled around a lot.
Yeah.
Families like pops used to always travel around different places. So we ended up over there in LA. And boom,
Damn, straight to LA. How? What year was this, OG?
this was back in '85, big dog.
All right, 85, and when gangbanging was real, right?
That's how the footsteps started.
Yeah. All right. So bam. So you went to LA. You was a little kid, kind of growing up in there from Cebu, Philippines. And then how did you end up hanging out with the Hellside, or were you hanging out with tag bangers first, or party crew first, or straight to Hellside?
Well, first, it starts off and shit. When you start off over there back in junior high, so you
Yeah.
gotta, because the ball park, dog, it's a culture that's just mixed between Filipinos and
Yeah.
Mexicans.
All
So
right.
that's the only two cultures that's around there in that area. Not too much on the blacks or whites. No offense, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's the only ones that we had around the actual area. So I grew up most of the time with a bunch of Mexicans now, all Mexicans. So
I
it's
feel it.
like even my brothers in there, they're like, damn, this fool's gonna end up being from a Mexican gang and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you, man. Damn. So, what do you call this? So eventually you ended up getting into Hellside because I think, from my experience, also similar to yours. There's option. You could have just been like a nerd or a emo kid or something in school and just like get punched on and not fight back and just, you know what I mean, or just snitch to the police or snitch to the teacher. You could have been like that, but you chose to hang out with the gang members, and you got into Hellside, right? I mean, that's what I think. Is that kind
Yeah, well,
of kind of? I mean, I'm just being straight up, like, you know what I mean. So, anyways, can you tell us about? Because from what I know, Hellside, they also have Hellside Alhambra,
yeah.
or are those the Asian, the Chinese ones, the Asian side, or and then Hellside Baldwin? What's the history of Hellside, buddy? If just quick brief.
All right, well, the history from outside, I mean, we came from Sapanas.
Yes,
That's
sir.
on the real. And yeah, with Alhambra Houseide came from partly from Baum Park as well. Because, well,
Okay.
it's mostly family. Houside's always like family, dog. It's like generations, brothers and younger brothers. They're mostly all family. That's from Houseide. Like me, I got nothing but family in there. Dog. My older
Yeah.
brother, my cousins, everybody,
Yeah.
like relatives, they're all from Houseide. But yeah, our brief background, I mean, it's just that before it used to be just all pares. We
Oh
just
yeah.
had,
Yeah.
we were all just pares back then. And then, I don't know, just me, my cousin, and a couple of the other homies, the younger generation parts, like in the early 90s, that's when we started getting busted. That's when we started getting into the South Side. So in the
Yeah.
joint, we're just representing the South Side. And that was it. That was it. From there, we got accepted.
Okay. So, because in order to become a Soreño in the Pinta, you guys have to ask their permission to become a Soreño, right? And that's what happened with you guys.
Yeah, well, actually, a
Yeah.
couple of times when I was busted, right?
Yeah.
There's a fool from um little not Little Hill from Sangra Lomas. There you go, from Lomas.
Yeah, yeah, I heard of that. I think I read the book too. Yeah.
They're from Lomas. And
Yeah.
when we were up there, homie, they questioned us. They said, "Hey, aren't you guys a Filipino gang?" When we're in there in GP, I was like, "Nah, homie, I run with the South Side." And it's a good thing. One of the homies up there like backed it up from Lomas. He goes, "Yeah, I know these battles, eh?" And yeah, they're running with the
Oh,
South.
oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay. Yeah, I guess everything just went on different way because I know this kid, Chinese, what they call him kid. He's Chinese, I believe. And I was in CYA with him. Shout out to Kid. And he's from SGV, Hellside too. And of course, the little kids, they always think that they know everything. So they swear that Hellside never became was never from the Pinoy, from the Pares before. It was just like it's a Chinese gang, according to them.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, they just I mean everybody just got their own shit. So I'm just basically just clearing it up.
All right, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. A couple of the Alhambra homies was running with the South Side as well. The older generations of the Alhambra. Yeah, we got a couple of
yeah,
homies out in CYA as well
yeah.
back then.
By the way, there's other Pinoy hoods that became Southside. What about because even some of the Satanas, well, a lot of them became Southside too, or half of them, and PR also, or some of them are claiming Southside too, right?
Yeah, some are from the PR, but I can't really
Yeah.
say all of them are. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there are some people from Satanas who are claiming with the South Side.
Yeah. I think it's your I think your area or the culture that or your era or the generation that you guys was in. Yeah.
Yeah, mostly.
Damn. So, anyways, boom. So you have to write it out. You was in the Pinta. What are the pins that you went to, Pare?
Yeah, well, in reception, I went up to Tehachapi. Reception part. That was in like the 4 yard part, but that was just reception. So from reception, they shot us down to Jamestown. So I was supposed to go to Camp Snoopy dog, back then and shit. And then after getting the review and everything, so they shot us back. So I wasn't eligible for the Camp Snoopy era. So I was stuck. I
Yeah.
was stuck to Jamestown. And from Jamestown, they shot us down towards like CMC. That's after that little ride that we had. And from there, we went to Calipat. Calipat was where we waited till we hit till we hit the INS afterwards.
Damn.
Yeah,
So, what do you call this? During your time, were they already giving up gang enhancement, or in your case you didn't get gang enhancement?
no, I didn't get
Not
no
yet.
gang enhancements on it, not yet.
Oh shit, for sure, for sure. But it's also, I mean, I don't want to get into the case, but it's a violent crime also, right? Gang
Yeah,
banging crime.
it was. It had to deal with a gang of stupid shit.
I mean, it is what it is. We all, and you know what I noticed, Pare? There's two kinds of people. The smart ones are learning their lessons from somebody else, and then the hard-headed ones like me and probably us. We like to learn the hard way. We like to feel the pain first, right?
That's for real, dog.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. So anyway, bam, it is what it is. We fall into the trap, or we got ourselves into the system, and then we got kicked out in the US, the land of the dream. And then we're here back in the Philippines. You're in Cebu, which is considered a paradise. Yeah.
Oh
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, hey, what was your feeling when you first came back to Pinas after being in the US for so long?
Well, it was a big old culture shock, dog. I mean,
Yeah.
when you step foot here, it's barely like the year 2000. Now, back then, I don't know how it was for now, but when you get deported back then, it was like a full-on escort and shit. You got these two fools escorting you all the way over here to Pinas.
Oh, same with me. Yeah.
They escorted us all the way over here, dog. And then
Yeah.
I was just by myself. I said, "What the fuck?" You know, it made me feel like a hardcore criminal and shit.
Damn.
And they just they dropped me off and all the
Yeah.
way towards customs. But yeah, it was a big old culture shock, dog, because the whole thing was like different. You know what I mean? You step foot in a land that you haven't been in for a long ass time, even though this is the land where we come from. But it was different. You know, the adjustment level took a while. Adjustment period probably like about 3 years or a little bit more.
Yeah.
But you still got that little mentality in your head. You know what I mean? You get
Yeah.
out, you got that sick little mentality. You just want to run around. You want to go run around wild.
Damn.
And, yeah,
Yeah.
it took
But
a
but
while.
but you had family to help you out, or you were
Yeah,
just
yeah. I had family. I had family here because my from my mom's side, they picked me up as soon as I got here, but it was like a day late. But yeah, I did have family here. It's not like I wanted to really be with the family at all times, because
yeah.
I like doing my own little struggles on my own, making
Eh,
it. Know?
Damn. So anywho, pare, us, we've been to the Pinta, so basically it's like graduating in what do you call this, in Harvard or in Stanford University of gangsterism. We know how to be a criminal. We know how to use our knowledge in a bad way. But when you came back to Pinas, what made you realize, or did you still feel like you want to continue on, or like this is boo boo? I'll try a different way. How did you feel, pare, about that, knowing what you can do?
Well, in the beginning, the mindset was still different. I
Yeah.
was still trying to adjust. So the adjusting level right there took a while. But after adjustments, um, I tried going to school. I went I went to school actually for BSBA, major in computer accountancy. So that's like boom,
Damn.
that's a whole different thing for me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was pretty good in math. So that's what I took up. And when I had my first kid, that's when everything started to change.
Yeah.
That's when the whole direction took a whole different route.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
try to make things for the better. I mean, but it didn't come right away. It took a while. It did take a while before the change kicked in.
The transition. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's true what they said about the kid, huh?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because pare, I mean, this is just my point of view. Is we have option. We could be a piece of shit man and just forget about the kid and just make again kids and just have no morals and shit. But we chose to do the right thing to the best that we know how, and that's what you did. So how many kids do you got right now?
I only got two kids, dog. I
Oh,
only got two. Yeah, well, one's
yeah.
16, the other one's 11.
Ah,
Yeah, but
damn.
they don't live with me though.
They're all grown up now, for sure.
Yeah.
So, tell us what are you doing right now besides you got your YouTube. You've been just riding around, showing people, the place and adventures in the paradise. Uh, what do you call this? What do you do for a living, buddy? Besides, you're doing what you like to do.
All right. Well, what I do for a living is just I actually work for a realtor in
All
the
right.
States. So I do all their back end work,
Yeah.
and I also do their social media postings.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I do a little bit of both. So I wouldn't have learned this if I didn't get sent back here to the Philippines. Because
Yes, sir.
back
Yes,
then,
sir.
if I was stuck back then, yeah, in the States, I don't know where I'd be now. Because Being
Yeah.
out there, I think I would have just been still stuck in the gangbanging era, and then boom, next thing you know, you'd be life in prison. But yeah, here I started learning. I learned a lot of things that I never knew back then. I learned how to work the computers. That's number one, because back then, you know,
Yeah.
I was like very illiterate on a bunch of things. So I opened up my
Yeah.
game. I opened up my mind. So I started learning a lot of things. Learn more about the social media. Just learn to update myself with the actual future. So I work for the real estate, uh, posting and doing all kinds of stuff for my clients. But aside from that, hobbies. I love to roam around and discover areas, man. Here in like Cebu, this is the thing that I love doing, dog. And I just jump on that bike. It just gets me, it gets me going. That's something that gets me taking better, working better, trying to discover things, trying to make things better for other people other than myself. That's what I'm trying to do as well.
Hey, I've seen some of your videos. Is people could, by you just writing out and just, I mean, showing the play, showing how it is. People be watching it because they wanna see, the place and the area and how it is. Yeah, a lot of. Okay, can you tell us about your YouTube here, Pare?
Yeah. Oh, well, all right. Well, my YouTube's all about like just discovering a bunch of areas here in
Yeah,
Cebu. There's a lot of areas here that's like undeveloped or
yeah,
unknown, but it's really beautiful. But
yeah.
you really gotta do a lot of hiking. You gotta do a lot of trekking just to get to these areas. Because I just want to go in and discover a little bit more about something that's not been discovered by a lot of people. Because there's a lot of places here in Cebu where people like to go to, and it's overrated. You know what I mean?
Ah, I
It's
see.
overrated area. So I want to
Yeah,
show them what else we can offer here in Cebu. Now, that's what I'm trying to do. That's my whole soul mission right
yeah.
there.
So what's the name called that we're gonna
Yeah,
search for?
yeah. It's called Short Man Ninja vlog. So you
For
guys can
sh-
look it up.
for sure, for sure. Do you have Instagram also, buddy?
Yeah. I got my Instagram. It's shorty.hellside Instagram. That's it.
Damn, for sure, for sure. So you're just basically just big chilling right there in Cebu, man.
That's the only thing you can do right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
and,
after you work hard, just go ahead and try to play a little harder.
yeah. And you know what? Before I forget, I want to mention also that I guess it's a blessing that of course you got out because a lot of the folks are getting stuck in there in the system. Some of them, they go there with 6 months and a year, and and then they ended up catching life in there
Yeah,
because
that's right.
yeah, you can't refuse anything, right? So that's just a blessing itself. Do you have any other positive message that you want to tell the youth to, what I mean, to avoid getting into the trap altogether? You know what
Well,
I mean?
just think of a positive mindset, man. Think of everything that you can do for yourself. Learn to exploit your mind and open it up. There's no limits into learning. You can always absorb everything that you can. There's no impossibilities in learning. Take it from us, homie. There's a bunch of homies that I don't want to mention no names, but
Yeah.
there's a gang of homies that are here right now who are very successful, dog. And looking up to them and seeing where they're at from where they came from, that's 100% proof that we can move on. I mean, we can move on and do things better.
Damn. And shout out to Al also. He's right there in Cebu. I should link you guys up. He got deported, came back and had nothing and learned how to do computer also, and then now he's doing good, man. Yeah. So
All right.
yeah, shout out to Al, the party Al. But anyways, buddy, hopefully I could come over there soon too. Kick it right there. Just gotta get the funds right first, right?
That's always the number one right there.
But definitely, Pare, I appreciate you, man, coming to the show. And man, let's live our life right here in Pinas, man. You know.
We gotta live in paradise, dog. We gotta live in paradise. Make the best out of what we got.
For sure. Thank you. And with that being said, you'll know what time it is. Say what you mean and mean what you say, because real recognize real, homeboy. I'm out of here, man.
Peace.
Yeah.